Now, my next guest, Raminder, has uploaded some tracks from his most recent experimental electronic EP. Yeah, electronic EP. Composed and mixed across some, really interesting years. He's a chemist from Thatcham and he's been making music on and off for about 15 years. Now, lockdown has been good for him musically. I mean, it's been good for lots of people. So let's just have a little chat with him. Hello, Raminder.
Hey, Michelle, you all right?
Yeah, I'm really good. Now, tell me about this electronic music.
Okay, so I kind of got into doing electronic music when I was about 15 years old. Started sort of just playing around with synthesizers and enjoyed the sound, and just it kind of evolved from there. So the most recent EP was just a project of like 4 years of fairly non-continuous work. Just trying to get like a nice sort of ambient, dreamlike sound that I didn't really hear much of.
So how did you? So for example, because I mean, this is quite new to me, and I do proper DJing, and as a DJ, I thought, right, okay, so I've got a little bit of experience of kind of ambient, kind of trancey kind of music. So how did you get into all of this? Because it's quite niche, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is, and it's a very sort of strange scene to be in because it's sort of so fragmented and very international. It was actually ironically through Mary Ann Hobbs.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I was kind of like looking into sort of music, almost to rebel to, if you like, in my teenage years. And I think she had like something on Radio 1 during the small hours on extreme music.
Yeah.
And during that time, she had something by an artist called Venetian Snares, and I was just taken aback by it. And I thought, that's the sound I want to make.
Yeah, sometimes you need to hear music, and then it's like, oh, that's my tribe. That's who I identify with, and sometimes someone else will play you something, I suppose, like Mary Ann, and then you just thought, oh yeah, that's a bit of me.
Absolutely, yeah, and that's kind of what happened.
So what were you doing at the time? So were you a chemist then, or were you at uni, or were you training? What were you doing?
At the time, writing.
Sorry, say that again.
At the time, writing all this stuff.
Well, when you first came across kind of this sort of music and you thought, yeah, I really like this.
Oh, I was at school. I was in secondary school.
Ah, okay. So you became a chemist after you went to uni, or and then did you start writing then, or?
So I kind of I was kind of sort of fiddling around as a teenager, just getting used to technology, and then started writing seriously around sixth form.
Oh, okay. And so, and what did, like family and friends make of, this, because it is niche, of your sort of experimental electronic music?
It's been a mix of sort of receptions, really.
Has it?
Yeah, that's kind of perfectly okay. With the sort of thing, people sometimes say it's not necessarily music, and I agree, it might not be, but other people are they quite enjoy the sound. And that's kind of what spurred me on a little bit. Like you can actually make sounds that do appeal to people. When they do appeal to people, it's quite something,
I mean, I think we've had it on the show before, and I know it's not the same, but it is. It sounds do different things to different people. Like, I'm a massive ASMR fan, so I totally get that. A sort of sounds put together, however random they are, they might really just tick all your boxes.
100%, absolutely. And you kind of sort of learn to just listen to a variety of music.
Yeah.
Just the sort of the texture of sound is something which really affects how you'll feel about stuff.
Yeah, and I think that it doesn't have to have lyrics. Every bit of sound or music or whatever, it doesn't need lyrics.
Absolutely. If you look at like a lot of classical music, for instance, a lot of it's about sort of the tone, the progression, and so on and so forth. Occasionally it'll have lyrics to it, but not always. And people really, really enjoy that stuff, and not without good reason.
So what have you been doing in lockdown, Raminda? Have you been concentrating on your music? Have you been working, what have you been doing?
To be fair, because of what we do, we were actually open throughout lockdown.
Right.
So I was working full time through it,
Yeah.
save for a couple of kind of holidays just to not be at work. And just during the evenings, because normally I'd go to the gym or something like that, I'd be mixing down this sum total of work.
Did you find that you were more or less creative? All the musical people I've had on the lockdown, I've been asking this. Did you find you were more or less creative during lockdown?
I wouldn't say I was more creative, but I was definitely more focused.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that happened during lockdown were it was primarily like technical stuff.
Yeah.
It was about getting the frequency balance right and all the rest of it. And, what with all the craziness that was going on outside, it was just very, very easy. Turn the internet off, get the desk out and just get to work and don't stop work until it's bedtime.
Crikey, that is focus. Now we've got about 2-minute clip here. Do you want to just introduce it, Raminda?
Certainly. So what did you clip from?
We've got from your Transformation EP.
Okay, yes. Well, here's the Transformation EP, done across 4 years. Experimental breakcore with very dreamlike sounds. You may like it, you might not. And I hope you find something very interesting in the music.
Thank you very much, Raminda. And I think people should just keep an open mind, just let it wash over you and just enjoy the sounds.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you, Raminda.
Take it easy. See ya.
Upload. Get yourself on the BBC. Go to bbc.co.uk/upload and upload your content now.